It's honestly crazy. You're crazy.
Not me speaking, by the way.
But they don't want to go there. As soon as you get
It doesn't really matter, does it?
Go there, now they just get all mad and pissy and yeah, buddy, because that is who you are. Stop being a clown.
Toothache's gone.
People, bro.
Gosh.
I don't even know if we're gonna get this. It's just more stuff.
Gonna go to the dentist on Friday.
But they'll be like talking to this girl, right? They'll be talking to this girl and they'll hype her right up as if she's just
I was gonna do a video.
the best thing ever.
Like an update on things, yeah.
She's prettier than everybody else around.
Been doing a little writing today.
As soon as it
I've got about 6 pages on the go, so if I do actually die right now, just through natural causes, yeah. And someone finds my computer upstairs, don't just delete everything. Probably would. Oh wow, I can't believe I trusted people with that keys, with all the notes and shit.
To be honest.
But yeah, I've not published these pages yet. Sorry I'm speaking over you, but I can hear it listening at the same time. And these pages are the final nails in the coffin, really.
Enjoy the circus.
That's to my WordPress site, yeah.
Oh my God.
operationheadjob.wordpress.com.
They get so mad at me for saying stuff like this.
Yep. And it's all written from my heart.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get mad.
A little bit of my mind. Slight bit of my mind. But
Clown.
anyway. It's the truth.
Clowns.
And you write the way you did it, open this up with like the
And
fact
these
that
be the same individuals that are watching everything you do. Jealous
everyone
AF.
could
Jealous and envious of you, bro. They're
No
never
way.
gonna match up to you, bro.
that's what they always say about me. About
And you know
them.
why we come out and say stuff like this? Because they have to be so arrogant with the way they are and the way they think.
A fucking fly.
They want to try to flip the reverse role on us, bro. They
Get
want
rid
to
of
try to
electric
throw us
things.
down under. All while we're taking on the flack. We're in the trenches. We're actually getting the results. We're actually becoming what they wish they were. And they're trying to throw us underneath even further. Because we're rising up above, bro. We're rising way above them.
Oh yeah, by the way,
So
people,
they're slandering our names.
this is what I was going to say. If anyone does cotton onto this whole thread of what I did,
And you wonder why we come out and
along
say,
with many other
tell the
people,
truth like
so
this.
I'm
We
not
have
just
no
saying
problem
it's
keeping
me,
to ourselves, but when
right?
it comes to
But
stuff like this, bro, the
something
truth will be
needed,
exposed.
there was a catalyst that needed to be done, or needed to be, in order for this to
Like I said, bro, they're watching me
to
right
gain
now.
momentum
You
and
think I care?
kick up a
No,
worldwide gnosis.
no. These
And
people ain't no match.
I knew in the first place
They're
what I was
made
doing,
of this
what was,
dust.
it was next level, you know. And that's not a brag or big up, like, look, we
And
had
for
next
all
level.
you guys,
I was,
it is just important for you to know this truth. If you haven't already,
that's just all I wanted these people to realise.
don't let these.
Not for me to fucking say, look what I'm doing, because I'm sure that's what they thought that I'd do.
Talk down and bring you down. Put them in their place.
Because I was under the impression
They
that
ain't gonna do nothing.
we were all at different
They ain't
levels
got shit.
of this.
They ain't shit. They can't
And then
handle what you can handle, bro. They
over
can't handle the stress
time-
that you can handle. They can't handle the work ethic that you can handle.
I realised that they
can't.
became more and more attached or detached
They can't go as hard as you. And
from
they can't go as
what I
hard
was
as you
saying,
for as long as you
and
can.
all the while I was gaining more and
You
more
can go harder and longer. Harder and longer.
proof and evidence, and everything was. Not that I was purposely looking for that though. When people say like you can look for anything, you know, if that's what you think you're looking for, you can find it, sort of thing. But all I found was just being reaffirmed with how much this is the case.
Not to acknowledge that, so they don't. And they act some type of way, thinking they're getting in your head, thinking they're smarter, thinking they're more ahead than you. No.
My shades.
I'm going to say something right now.
Maybe I'll get some shades in
there. Where there's no denying you whatsoever. You completely just skyrocket over where they'll ever be.
Yeah,
there's nothing that can ever be said or done anymore. Bro, I've already shut up a lot of people.
They're much better than me. They're busy, they're laughing, having a smoke, like you're joking around.
What do you think is in store for the future?
Like you're taking the piss out of each other. Taking the piss out of me. Laughing about me, making shit up about me mostly. Or assuming. Assuming. Really making shit up. And because people don't really question much, it is kind of left up to the person to see it for themselves, or the other person, or they tell them whatever.
This conversation wouldn't even be had.
And what I was going to say is, the people out there.
How dare you?
That's what they were like with me.
Try to put me under like that.
How dare you do the shit like that? I'm like, well, I'm not doing it to show up to fucking say, look, I'm better than you. No. Absolute strange fucks. But I didn't even go like that harsh at them in the first place. I quite calm, really. I remember when
you put them in their place and you carry on.
I first gathered enough info to show this person down there. And I was going a bit mad and like, it is really on. And straight away he was he always, because it's hard to differentiate when he's kind of like, because he's always like that anyway. You know, counter flow and totally oh man, doesn't even play devil's advocate, because that's possibly even worse, playing devil's advocate. He's just
they think they're so smart. They think they're one-upping you by watching you.
And I noticed when I went to the shop to get some, I guess a beer. I don't know what I want to get at the shop. But when I came back, he was in the garden, and I never seen him look so worryingly concerned in all my life. Mad sounds. I knew it wasn't about me. Obviously, I knew it wasn't. It was about something else. And that was simply the fact.
Alright, so
I've watched this for the first time now.
Before I start this video, the first thing I want to say is,
this video,
no matter what I say in this video, it does not necessarily make you a bad person. Okay, so don't think of yourself.
Shit, I thought I was really bad.
I'm a bad person.
I was joking. Oh, fuck it all.
You don't.
Oh, I should stop swearing as well. Not big, not special.
I'm going to give you guys
Just cry.
some clear-cut signs.
Give the
that you may have a demon, or you have been attacked by a demon. And the first banger that I'm going to come with here
fly breath, fuck off.
is spot on. And not only is it spot on, it's something you have to really recognize where it is coming from, because it is all about where it is coming from.
Yeah, demon.
And this has to do with restlessness. And right now, I am
Pretty chill, I've eaten.
Restlessness because
not a smoke,
of caffeine intake. I do this at least a couple times a year, bro.
I'm not eating a dinner beer. Well, dinner beer
This is
past
not demon related. You can be restless
2 days.
in other ways.
That's anything special, you know what I mean? But I'm not like
Maybe,
tanning the booze.
Maybe
the first beer of the day, really.
you've been attacked by a demon
And I've been up for a while, you know. It's not as if I just got up.
That's the
Though I do keep it to mad times, but
my caffeine intake was a little higher
I
than
don't do
usual
caffeine
over
actually.
the
It
last
fucks me up.
weekish period. And it started hitting me yesterday, and I weaned off a little bit today, and I'm still feeling a little bit
Preaching about what?
froggy. My vibration is a little bit lower than it usually is.
I was going to come to an important point.
So
Oh yeah,
I'm going to start to significantly feel better day by day by day.
if they do know what I've gone through, yeah,
In the meantime, I am protecting my
and
energy because
they are,
when your vibration
because the
is
cycle's
lower,
been completed, yeah,
it hires
it's
the
been
chance,
overly
hires the
completed
risk of demons actually coming in.
to a
That
point
is when
where,
a demon tries to come in. That is why. That is when
you
you're
know,
trying to get
like I
attacked.
said, it's
Whenever a
just
demon tries to attack you, is what I mean.
absurd, it's ridiculous.
So you have to be careful. As long as your vibration
But
is
where
high and
people
you're healthy,
choose to
like
stick
I'm
to their
healthy right
own
now, but at the same time,
perception
my head
of
is
reality,
tired. My mind is tired
when
because the fact that I consumed
everything
too much
around
caffeine
them
last week,
is going to indicate,
it forced me to be more.
well,
alert,
has
more
possibly
aware,
been given them the indications
more
all the
energetic.
way, but they've
Never slept as much.
sidestepped
More
them,
wired.
ignored them, much they
And
have
it's
me,
catching up to me. So right now I'm
even if they
extremely
have
tired.
watched my films.
I can
They
literally just lay
know,
over
they
right
do
now and
know
literally pass
the
out,
reason
bro.
why
Like, I'm
I did
extremely tired.
what I did.
I
Still
still
listen
have
to you,
energy.
Joel.
I hit a second win today, but I'm still tired and I still need to catch up on rest. But I'm doing this video now while the iron is hot. I'm doing this video now while the topic
It's
is
the end of
fresh,
the evening as well, so I'm like,
because it is important right now. You have to really, it's so powerful to know what is going
It's not-
on.
there's no words for it.
If something is
It's not
happening
like
and you don't know
scary
why it is
or
happening, it is very dangerous.
strange. As I said,
Like,
got used to it over time.
if you're a guy
But
and you get in the mix with the wrong
to see
people or
the
something like this,
commitment and to
chances
witness the
are
commitment
she's going through Tahoe.
from both sides, the
That's
commitment
what I've
from
actually
my
had in the past,
my
later
own
in
self,
years,
me,
when that type
in
of shit happened.
not giving up,
And a
just
demon,
getting
like,
this
if you
across,
really get attacked
getting the
hard,
simple information across to
you're
people,
gonna feel off for a
which
long
was
period of
denied
time.
because
Like, for a
initially
long
denied
period of
by
time, you're
someone
gonna feel off.
who had
You
full
have to
potential to
actually
understand,
perfect
if not
to
did
get rid of that demon. If you're
understand.
gonna see a fast result.
They honestly had a very strange perception of me,
For a little bit.
which everyone sees
For me
people
right
in
now,
their
yes,
own way, don't
because
they?
a little bit of caffeine, a
But
little too much caffeine,
they didn't
I'll
even
be fine
allow
in a day or two. I
for
could be fine tomorrow.
for
I think I will be. My
their
vibration will be much higher.
perception
I'm not gonna be
of
nearly
me
as
to
tired, I'll have
become
more energy.
updated, because I'm
As long
always
as I get
learning
how I rest tonight,
and I'm always updating
I think I'm gonna be
myself.
Because I'm gonna be able to pass out.
And they, in their eyes, they
Just
think
when I
I'm
took
like
too much caffeine last couple days, I did not
the
sleep
opposite, degrading.
well. It's like
I'm actually getting
my
worse.
sleeps weren't deep.
When I've seen that in them, they're getting worse at their, well, they're getting better, obviously, at their
But it's important to know what is going on.
entitlement
So you can fix it.
and
If you don't know what's going on, once again,
committed
you can't fix it, bro.
total ignorance,
You
and
can't fix
where
what
it
you
got
don't.
to a point
If something
where
happened
they
to you,
cannot do anything
you don't know what
yeah.
happened. You don't know how to fix it. You can't fix it.
to
If you know what's going on. If you
fix
know,
this
like, even when
situation.
you go to the
So
hospital,
not even, or they could even hold a big sorry, a
if
big
you had,
grand
let's say, cancer,
bash, garlic fucking sorry side. I'm certainly not looking for any apologies or any sorry off these people. Not looking for a sorry off anyone really. Nothing like that.
Health is very important. Having your
Yeah, but they've committed themselves for so long.
Substance abuse,
That it was like,
pornography, things like these.
fuck.
Terrible. You're giving yourself
Yeah, it's true. They will never.
quick fixes.
They will never know.
It's going to catch up.
By the way, people, I'm not the one who will need to have counselling
Living your life and you don't do it again.
after. Well, yeah, this is after anyway, because I've already healed. I'm already. I don't need counselling because I am not going to have post-traumatic stress disorder, because I don't really have it anyway. Right? That's another strange thing about me, because most of the people would and they ride on that for the rest of their lives, that pity play. But now I'm well, I've got a big anyway, so fuck it.
If you didn't know that.
Kind of half new.
Crazy.
For everyone has their vices, don't they? And I tell you what, there's a lot worse around here.
You really have to do it and not do it.
Yeah. It's the reason why I have to go.
And it goes to this way. I'm
Not because I'm weak-willed or anything like this. I could be taken for a ride or taken down the wrong path or anything like this. No.
I'm not even saying that.
I'm going because of the mentality of others. And strangely enough, the others are the closest to me, the ones which are so far away, head-wise. That's what's mad. But these people, obviously, they've spent years with before. I thought, were they always like this? Or were they fake then? Were they around me like that? And trying to understand, well, pretending to understand. Bugger off, why? Perhaps that's the CIA, do you reckon? Yeah, not that paranoid. Yet. No, I'm not paranoid at all. But no, I couldn't give a shit if it was a little microbotic fly with the camera on it. I couldn't be bothered. Someone said that the other day. I thought, fuck it, you've been watching too much fucking Stuart Swerdlow or something like that. I didn't think that, but I just thought, that's a bit of a fly with a fucking camera on it. It was flying around you, and you thought it was a camera. Oh, whoa, man. There's paranoia, and there's like, it must be a bit weird that, you know what I mean? You fly. They kill it a bit, probably. I don't give a shit. Because I'm warned it enough. You know what I mean? Not like I'm not giving it that flying warnings. Yeah, by the way, people out there who would like to contact me, don't have to, I'm not asking you to. I'm not begging you. You talk to someone else. I'm quite happy on my own. Because most people, apart from him, yes, a couple of others, or a couple of thousand others, there are thousands, a couple of hundred, 1,000 odd, 100 to 1,000 odd people.
And it's like there's always something, man. There's always something.
Yeah, but these people who are close to me, they either
doing something you know you shouldn't be doing.
They keep on riding upon these assumptions which are
That's just stupidity.
even everyone else around them knows they're false. Even people who, I'd say, hardly know me
Like pure stupidity.
would listen to their rants about me and think, the fuck's he talking about? Because everything that they say is pretty much either assumed and then relayed on, and then relayed back to another person, and relayed back around again to kind of strengthen that evaluation on someone. Yeah.
Some things with caffeine, I'm weaning it down. Maybe you had 3 cups.
More coffee.
Not have 2. Then have 1.
Coffee's harsh, man. Makes me a...
Go back up to 2 at most.
See if I'm a bit excessive person, I guess.
Or if we're completely
So that's the reason why I don't do coffee anymore, I guess. Same with a lot of things. And even my beer intake is fucking very mild compared to some. I've got myself a Guinness and one of these Todd Blondes again. You know, it's not like I'm chugging fucking pints and necking spirits down the pub. Not that there's anything wrong with that even, but you know, I mean, I guess that could be low vibrational, definitely, because this leads you to different ways.
If you attack in your dreams, there might be a demon either in you or trying.
I've never been attacked in my dreams, actually, unless this is a dream.
I've never had any crazy dreams in recent past.
Maybe it is. Then again, well, so be it. I have been attacked in my dreams. If this is a dream, it seems like it sometimes. Well, all the time, because of the ghosting from everyone. And as I said, I don't expect anyone around me not to understand or to be concerned or to worry or to feel guilty or anything. Nothing like that.
Like I said, that could be a sign. You might actually have
yeah, so I wouldn't need any counselling. If anyone does want to fucking contact me, I'm not going to be weeping on your shoulder. You're going to be so long, yeah. If I could actually speak to a like-minded person.
What was that?
Out there.
She just ain't right.
Not close by. And that's no offence, or that's no diss on anyone around me, but people around me have only demonstrated themselves to do this, and that is to quite. I mean, I'm to blame for my patience, really, because I thought I deluded myself. Really, I deluded myself in thinking that one day they will actually see this. It'll all click up. It'll all actually match up and everything. It won't, and they know that it won't. It was never a case of me. Look at me, because everyone is involved, and that's it. But nah, they couldn't even accept that like I was anything different from what I was when I was like 19. A lot of them anyway. Well, I can say if I had one of my fingers cut off and my thumb, I could count them on one hand. Yeah. They honestly thought, and would kind of talk, would relate with the people that a false kind of assessment that they had of me when I was that age, because obviously it wasn't right then. You know, people can think whatever they want to think, innit? And they can only think up to a level of what is granted to them, or that is there's no competition or anything, but some people are more potential than others, you know. Some people, we all have potential, yeah, definitely. But it has to be known that, say, Joel there has more potential to be, say, one of those tough men or like world's strongest men type characters on one of the programs somewhere. And than me. And say someone like fucking shit for brains down the road, that's Loveday, yeah. I don't know, he needed himself all along. Again, has no potential whatsoever to be a singer, because he doesn't even speak in with any oh man, it's nuts. You know, like what he speaks like that gravelly thing. When he sings, it's I can't even try. Even if I tried my hardest, I couldn't even go. I'd sing that out of tune or that discordant, or be that out of rhythm. I always make Child Dream laugh when I talk about let's take Kevin to the studio. I'll be jamming and run a jam like on a nice flow, and he fucking burst through the door with this bongo and under his arm, and he's banging it so out of beat, man. And we're like, but he's going, and we thought, is he just doing that to take the piss or to annoy us? Well, obviously to fuck shit up, because that's it in his core, yeah. Because he heard some other people on a flow. But you know, it's not honestly how you think you play the drums. Okay. No wonder someone bought you that fucking drum for your birthday. Which no one knew where it came from. I was mad that was in his garden. I for once, I was pretty high that night. I thought, okay, oh, no way they bought me that drum, because it said 2 side, not like 2. And his wife didn't buy me. I don't know. So his kids wouldn't call him side, right? Anyway, it's nice to get djembe, sort of like a bigger size than that when I got there. Really nice drum, actually. So I thought that's where he was in France practicing, you know, when he went away to France for about 1.5 years after he realised that even before the confirmation emails, he realised that I'd gone over the point of no return, and I wasn't going to back down on what I was saying, of which he knew deep down was right. Not that he was wrong. They are, because he's right as I am. He's right at being a fucking absolute pig-headed piece of shit. And I'm right at being me. Yeah, we're all right. Anyway. So, he's not that much of a wrong, is he? Just, I wouldn't say didn't hurt anyone, but he's not like a fucking weird serial killer or anything like that. To some extent. No, he's more of a... That's why you can see himself intelligent. Or the most intelligent person he's ever met. Which he's said on many occasions. And I thought that he was saying that for a joke too. Much of these things, you think they're just saying it for a joke because they're so ridiculous. With their character is so fucking completely off the fucking scale. Ridiculous in what they say and what they do, and especially how they think.
There is perhaps no figure in literature more fascinating than the trickster.
The trickster. Doesn't even know this is them.
He is the figure who is harmless but also naive.
The trickster.
And many times ends up harming himself.
Where's the trickster? That's what that is.
All his adventures, aware that if he takes this
That's what Steve said to me. Is this a trickster though?
cliff,
Exactly. It's the reason why I don't want to fucking hang around with him. Don't get that. Like, so much stuff is like so blatantly in my face. As in like, there's a reason why I'm like, because they obviously not paid attention to any of the psychological control tactics, dark psychology of what is initially being exposed really by people on YouTube. Some have a name for it, this consciousness. And the mad thing is that it does, we all have a bit of it in us, yeah. And that's the reason why it's so tricky to pin down. Up until a point where the truly committed ones do commit themselves, you know. And that's what's happened. And there's nothing I can do about it. And they know that too. So they would just, I say they now because of the choice that many people had in understanding this, and it still wouldn't have been a competition. But you find people often who have siblings, brothers and sisters, are the more they're the ones who are imbued with this lifelong sense of competition. And when I say there's no competition, it's not that I'm being big-headed or arrogant or anything like that. It's just that they're so revved up in this competition, beat the next man and shit. I'm like, no matter who they are, no matter what they're doing, no matter if you know that other person is of much more worth and value, that's totally not considered. That's totally. Is it inconsidered? Disconsidered? No, well, I kind of do know what I'm talking about, but I'm relaxed now. It's really cycle.
Which at the outset assumes the form of an animal, passes from one mischievous exploit to another, but as he does so, a change comes over him. At the end of his rogue's progress, he is beginning to take on the physical likeness of a grown man. Trickster rises against the restrictions and authorities, just like
Goblin.
the unconscious instinctive component that is present at birth, the source of
everyone has an energetic imprint on it, you know. They do.
That is in constant conflict.
It's going to become pretty known. It's not like fairy tales. No fairy tale. Although fairy tales kind of have come about because of this understanding that I'm sure many people back in the day before society was bombarded with this big blanket of narcissistic behavioural thought forms of which were made to look good and strong and, you know, everything else look to make everything else look weak and pathetic. Yeah.
And assuming that practice philosophy, I don't doubt that in the process they know how to laugh in a superhuman and near way, and at the expense of serious things.
Well, yeah, it's over and done with it. Anyway, I know that I can't get anywhere with these people. Well, I kind of knew that possibly last year. It's quite mad that when they did actually contribute so much to this whole thing. They would, they would actually love to be a part, an intimate part of this story, but the only part they play in this story, which is a cycle, documented cycle, the only part they play is the part that they decided, self-chose themselves to play and to be so stubbornly committed to that. And that's what astounded me. I thought, even when, like, with solid evidence there, you mad fucks. And then, they'd skim off and say, oh, well, fucking don't forget about them. That's so many times, forget about them, fuck off, please. And people who kind of know a bit about, like, the people who are busted, because they watched a few films like Going Clear and Aftermath, Lee Remini and shit like that. What's that one? That Louis Theroux one. I'm fascinated by them, like, everything about, like, well, alright then, but do you know this? Do you know the fact that they will mention this and that and that and this and this and this, and that what is presented to you there is another cloak of which it is. I'm talking about those 3 films I just mentioned then, yeah, on these people, of which it's pretty dodgy, but it's, I guess it's the, they want me to kind of blame the independent ones, really. I guess, like, they don't want to look like fucking cunts, do they? It's funny. And the free zoner ones, they're all hide away anyway. All, like, sort of dotted all around the earth and rural areas. They obviously don't tell anyone where they live or anything like that. And taunt people within their online little cliques. Taunt, obviously, unsuspecting non-members, people with no knowledge of the it's a giant thing. So it's community bullying. Is that gang bullying? Gang stalking, I guess, online. And physical as well. Because they all knew that they had, to them, in their minds, I was going to say tiny little fucking incy-wincy little skulls. They had this notion that they were gods, or better, or they were at levels so much more further than this person who's not even, hardly even got any qualifications. They had alone been into a cult of many levels of initiation, and then left after that. So they're initiated up to the max, they're fully qualified. Apparently by that time, when they go through that level, as in the upper ranks. Now Doug Kramer knows what I'm talking about, don't you, Doug? They're meant to be like top-end remote viewers. That means that they can spy upon people without, just by meditating and shit like that, and come pretty close to what that person is doing, or what mind state that they're in, or what psychological state, what physical state, even, where they are, and what people are around them too. They can analyse them as well. Now, there's a slight bit of, maybe there's a tiny bit of truth in this, right? But they did most of their psychoanalysis by simple triggering there's nothing new about this tech, what they use on me. And that's what I system out, really. I thought, it was so easy to see what they were doing, and that they were all fucking, because they were so samey, and they all actually give themselves up as well. As in, like, they all have to not lie so much. Well, they kind of have to give you their truth as well. So people would say that they're a product of MK Ultra, and that they've been in cults. Before, they're ex-members, obviously. Who I mentioned about the Scientology, his stint in it, and that he got to the org, the Sea Org. Don't think he made it up until, I'm not sure, I don't think he went all the way, but nevertheless became independent, and complete, I was going to say complete nut job then, but he must have been a nut job before I can do that in the first place. Either that, or possibly the son of a Nazi mum and a reptilian Texan dad, because that's what he told me. That's what he told me in an email. Before I met that Wendy, it's funny that. Quite perplexing. All these are, I say it like that strange that they don't like I wonder why, but I know solidly everything's a bit of a buffer, buffering people.
When Tristan is punished, he is replaced by stupidity. Prometheus is punished by the gods and is replaced by his brother Epimetheus. Prometheus is the forethinker who thinks before he acts, while Epimetheus is the afterthinker who acts before he thinks. One might almost say that in them, a single primitive being, sly and at once, has been split into a duality. Another trickster figure is Brer Rabbit, a character from African American folktales who is portrayed as an underdog and is weaker than his opponent.
What's in this thing?
Audience's sympathy. In the story, he gets himself into trouble through his own mischievous nature. And then
you're joking. I kind of pretend that lost, was it? We're getting done in by a rabbit, but when they didn't get the Chinese bird. He looks pretty cool.
His tricks are enhanced by his ability to change form and take whatever shape best suits his escapade.
Wow.
Sounds it, man. A divine creator who spun the entire world into being,
43
stories and wisdom
people.
to the world.
Sorry about wasting your time again. Let people know that my tooth is a lot better today, and be doing a lot of writing. I'm having some time off actually, because my eyes were starting to bleed earlier. I just couldn't stop, but because I'm on about four or five pages at the same time. It's going back from one, not on one solidly, but and there are 4 different topics really, which do really sum everything up, and then people can work backwards from there. And they're going to go on this operationhedgehog.wordpress.com site, my WordPress site, which I need to do loads of work on. I put loads more pictures up on it. Been using that AI art tool, making some of the pictures, because I thought I can't be asked, illustrating what I'm. No one likes big pages full of text, so. And even though I possibly could draw pictures to illustrate and stuff, instead of using someone else's, that AI texted art thing is pretty cool, I think, isn't it? So been using a bit of that too, and why not? Because it's all there to use. Nothing artificial about this. Well, about my testimony. Although it's been illustrated by a couple, if not a few, artificially intellectualized pieces of art through text to art. Does it incredibly well. What do I say? Brilliant. Quite mind-blowing, really. Well, not really, but it's near enough mind-blowing, eh? But it's helped me out loads. What do I say? Thanks, AI. AI. I'm going to stop now. Having a little sip of my beer. Trying to dig up my vapes and there's over there. They're not even asked about that, really. Doing shit like this has put me off a lot of things. Really. Because, for one thing, I'm pretty knackered at the moment. Because when I do writing, my head gets a bit burnt out. So it's like I went for a walk and all that, but I'm more mind tired now. So I'm just like, I feel like really relaxed. It's nice. A little bit, that beard doing it nice, I've got to say. I'm really pleased I haven't got that toothache anymore. Oh my gosh, I can't stop talking, can I? I'm the master. I'm the master. I'm the what do you say now? The matrix jester. I'm the jester in the matrix. Honesty strikes again, eh? Yeah, so people cannot help be, but the ones really truly committed, they can't really lie. Well, they can, obviously, to others, and always, because they've kept this, they've had it so long in their minds, this perception. Obviously, they don't want to change their own perception of reality, so that means they don't want to change their own perception of themselves. So they obviously retain that for anyone else that they meet. And so if they meet that person and they become, say, a figure in their life for over a duration of time, you do notice that they look and they talk to you like as if you've not, if I've not, say, in a personal state, I've not fucking learned a thing. In fact, it got worse, he got worse, but really making it difficult for anything to be, anything to come to fruition because of the pointless inertia, and just got fucking horrible today. But because I was used to it in a way, even though that like people were like, I'd had enough of him before I went to Berlin. It's mad. Before I went to Berlin, people had enough of him, and he had enough of himself. And when I came back from Berlin, people even said, "Oh, left has got a lot worse, man." You know what I mean? He's just fucking. But of course, none of this was known about this particular energy or consciousness, of which inflicts people. And if they don't have any real good reason for why it does to them, and that good reason could be a bad reason, obviously, like a bad experience when they were younger, or a long traumatic experience when they were younger, and that being the only thing that they've known. If they don't have that in their history, and have honestly really committed themselves to this type of person because they know that they can get their way, they know that they can live their own twisted, weird perception of reality because of that fact, then they do become like cartoon characters, really nasty cartoon characters. I've seen him a few times. Although he's white. True. Yep. Just seen white ones of them.
An archetypal psychic structure
Yep.
of extreme antiquity. In his clearest manifestations, he is a faithful reflection of an absolutely undifferentiated human consciousness, corresponding to a psyche that has hardly left the animal level.
I'm not like worried, or I'm not certainly not pissed off. I don't expect any apologies or anything like this. I didn't even expect them years and years and years and years ago, when I knew that they knew that they were just keeping this up because of something that, and I call it an energy. I call it like the prison mode of consciousness, and this energy that everyone has certain amounts of, even the empaths have in this time and age, certainly have to tickle upon that consciousness and incorporate it somewhat into their core, or the person that they are. But when there's nothing there to back it up. I mean, there's loads of narcs in the music industry, but like, at least they can fucking do something. You know, I mean, most of the, like, say, Ginger Baker, for instance, one of the best drummers ever. I guess he could come across as a bit of a narc to people if he's dead now, bless him. But more than that, though, he was one of the best drummers in the world. Now, so you can excuse this. I don't know whether he had that over puffed fucking sense of lordiness about him. Anyway, I don't think he did. I'm not sure because I never met the guy. And it doesn't seem to be that case. He's just like freaking full on. but lovely. Fair enough, he's alright. Those little doodles that he does, you know, and his pieces of scrap paper, which are incredibly strange and do very much illustrate the mind of a malignancy, a malignant mindset. Can only doodle things like that. You spend hours and sketchbooks and time and commitment doodling shit like that, which most of them are, you think they'd be other people. First, as I mean, they didn't look like me hanging from a tree with the worms, you know what I mean? Like, he would have put like a long hair on it, or perhaps, I don't know what he would have thought. Perhaps he thought it was a wig I was wearing. He probably told himself that, and his wife. He would have put his wig off, yeah. Here's a wig, honestly, here's a wig. And yeah, but he had nothing to offer. So yeah, so there's fucking hell. I'm not like, I'll get those narcs away from me, because there's fucking tons. But I do recognise skill and next level skill. You know, I see it in people, and that's what I really like, and that far outweighs. And you often get people like that, though. They wouldn't be so conniving and malicious to work on one person to do them in, because they're scared of their potential, or what they potentially could be in their life, because that's what he did, and misled so many people around him, which are much younger than him, younger than me. I mean, they're older than me, so I'm younger than this person as well. I mean, he's almost 10 years older than me, so, but I'm almost 10 years older than the other one, so You've got about 8 years apart from both of us, huh? 8 years. Eight. Yeah, so it's not a case of me hating narcs. They don't. I think if you've got like something that's quality, like Liam Gallagher, for instance, he comes across as a bit of a narc on TV, doesn't he? Wouldn't he? I mean, you could imagine him being a bit narky, but perhaps he's not. I don't know, I've never met him. I know loads of people who haven't say he's sound. They haven't got a bad word to say about him, to be honest with you. I've met loads of people who know him well. All different types of people, from people in the industry and people who are just normal people who liked the fact that he wasn't this person that was portrayed on TV and then the tabloids and shit. Same with that Peter Doherty as well. He's gone proper fat now, isn't he, that cunt? That Pete Doherty. He's fucking looking like an old farmer. Sorry, Pete, man. But, saying the truth, isn't it? That's all I can speak. But I was there that night when you were in Poon on Ours. I didn't stay for long, actually, but I was doing some work with a band called the Deadbeats, and I remember, I do remember you being there, and then I remember Joe the next day saying that you give him a 12-string guitar, acoustic guitar, and he was buzzing off that. It's Joe from the Deadbeats. Don't know if the band's still going, not sure. I was doing some work for that band. That was the one I saw all that in the packaging in Berlin, and in the iPhone packaging, on the screen of the advertising the another story there. Oh yeah, by the way, you know this Daniel Steele thing? I know it's gone on for a while now, not over an hour. No, you keep under an hour. That Daniel Steele, of which is still very much there, yeah? Why the heck isn't anyone, right, because I do know people who are heavily involved with law. For instance, a friend of mine, not naming any names, but his dad's like a barrister, and his brother-in-law, and that's like the husband of his sister, is a lawyer, and they're the ones who put me onto the one with the copyright, the one specialist in copyright theft, which I spoke to, and advised me, and pretty much said you got a done deal there, you know. Now all I need, right? I could ask him again, but he's working on loads of different cases, but and I can, but wouldn't it be nice if someone just volunteered to write one single letter in, you know, the legal jargon to Danielle Steele herself, because the two publishers are just throwing it back and forth from each other. The American publisher and the Spanish one, even though the Spanish book was printed in America. I don't know whether this is to do with publishing or not, whether a book is printed in that country or not. But apparently they got in each translation there's a different publisher, and I guess with a different cover on the book, on the same book, because some of the books have several different covers in the same book, different languages, of course. The Spanish one happened to be the second most printed, and it's not far off the English, the amount printed. Apparently Spanish is the second most spoken and read language on this earth at this moment. And I learned this by doing my research, right? And a good few million copies were made with that book on it, with that book with that sleeve, of which I'm credited on the back, and my business is, yet they didn't tell me, and I found it by mistake 10 years later. A total mistake on Amazon. I wasn't even looking for Daniel Steele books. Right, anyway, say for instance that Charlie Beach, I love you by the way, how's it going? And don't you know that black belt barrister guy? surely he'd be able to knock something up like for this, because I've got the book there and it's like so clear, evidently clear. When I sent this to this copyright claim expert, he really spat out his fucking, I don't know what he was drinking, but I wasn't saying a cup of coffee then, but it was probably like a martini or something like that, you know. I don't know what it was, but he said he choked on his drink when he saw that I was credited on the back with my business as well, and also the link to the site where they took the picture off, which was for sale at that time. When I was trying to potentially start this creative business up. But that would have been like I said, it would have been a great little springboard for anyone's business. Having I had lots of other commission work for different things, which is cool, you know, which are all out there too, as in like record sleeves and shit like this, and posters and kind of public domain stuff that people can check out. But that, it's like the mother of them all, that. Nah, no one can be bothered with that. I mean, anyone, I'd go halves with you, with whatever money. And plus, it's a dead cert. This is like an absolute... you can't get any more certain and clear about this. That's the reason why they're doing tennis. Publishing tennis. It's like Arcanide, except with publishers. And it's obvious that the Spanish, possibly, because it's the Spanish book and the Spanish publisher, and the Spanish version has the picture on it. And funny enough, don't worry, it's all these mad synchronicities. Watching a bit of Woodward now.
Very strange, bizarre, and outright terrifying.
What, living around here?
Now this phenomenon that is occurring has been caught on camera. Actually, it has been caught on many cameras. Now anyone who would have
First time watched this, probably Woodward.
randomly stumbled on one of these videos would probably think, okay, this is an isolated incident. But
Yeah.
when you find footage after footage showing the same thing happening to different people, you can't help but to wonder what's in the sauce. What I'm talking about, folks, is there is camera footage of people literally spinning around or spiraling into a seizure. It sounds just as creepy as the footage of sports players dropping
as much as I've been
but this footage is probably one of the creepiest things I've ever seen. It does look like something out of a horror.
I don't think you're out of seizure.
So what's happening?
Yeah.
Well, there are theories. I couldn't help but to
It'd be cool if I did, isn't it? Chill out then. Get looked after a little bit. I'm joking. I should have looked at this really. But things have happened to me where it definitely would kill other people. And that's not bragging either. Just the actual intensity of this past, I don't know, the 5 years when I went local would have killed most people after a week or two pushing like two maximum. Because, like I said, the first few days I did that, I'd never felt so incredibly high ever in my life, and I had no drugs. I had the odd beer, but and people thought I was a crackhead and shit. People were like, thought I was sky high and all sorts, but I really wasn't. It was just the intensity of the fact I give up my address. Of course, talking about a very heavy subject and people whom don't take too lightly to that, to their types being called out in such a way. No way, look at that.
Now guys, nobody, and I mean nobody knows.
I'm laughing because of what else could you do? I look at her and go, I'm scared, show me a job. And a fucking girl going in.
So one of the theories behind
it's like that in friggin' Havoc back in the 90s. All the girls look like that one before that one. That's what they look like. Raving like that. I'm not joking either. It's funny. Eyes rolling in the back of the head and shit. Anyway, I've been. I wasted too much time now, people. Well, I won't have to do a video for another day now. That's good. And I've got things to do this weekend, so there you go. Hey, people. I didn't get my full message across, but as I said, I think the first thing is, it's trying to swat a fly. Like I trust trying to spot a fly. Like I've been going like this. A fly? There's not a fly there. Perhaps I just blagged myself that it was a CIA camered fly. But when in actual fact there wasn't even a fly there.
I have to be honest with you guys.
Oh no, I'm a spinner.
This is how demonic attacks work.
I'm a demonic spinner. Spin those demons round like a fucker. I spin around like they're on a merry-go-round. On the waltzer, extra fast. Make like the fucking cart's almost going to come off its rails. The amount of inertia on those fucking waltzers, like, you know, the amount of G-force. For a wonder a few do come off each year. When they come off, they go flying. You know, those waltzers that spin round. Mad. I seen one come off once in Portugal. It didn't actually kill anyone, but people were in it as well. But it didn't. No one died, but it was like a close call. So it went through a fucking big metal fence, and just skidded on the floor. Really, like no one was hurt. And like the Big Dipper, the water. What do they call it? The log flume. Big Dipper in Portugal. Coney Island, is it? Coney Beach, something like that. Yeah, that ran about the same time. Quite a horrific incident happened on that Big Dipper. And I'm sure people can look up about what happened here. But it did involve decapitation. And there is a box at the bottom where people can witness and look to see the people come down, splash and go around. And to people's shock horror, what came around on that particular log cart thing will probably stay with them for the rest of their lives. Because that's the type of trauma shit, visual shit that you can't unsee. I mean, I can see it now just by reading about it, actually knowing the place itself very well. Got beaten up there, got a proper kick in there. We got jumped by loads of lads when we were really young. Well, that's another story that. For singing Beatles songs, funny enough. We didn't piss fucking singing a Beatles song. They came up there, and my mate Wayne, he got his knife out of his pocket, and then he fucked off and shit. They all fucked off. We were all having a laugh. That's where the waltzers were. And then on the way back, all we heard was, that's them. And there was about 20 of them coming at us. They was fucking jumped us. There was only about 4 of us. Oh man. They look like they were on PCP and shit. They do. What the fuck's that about? Man, you see loads of people like that around here. I should do a film actually. That guy just freaking missed his train then, didn't he? Just didn't know what to do. When people just don't know what to do, right? You know what they do? They, as in, they have no idea what to do next. And when all options are gone, they don't kind of remain cool and just and wait for the next I don't know, prompt. But they freaking do some weird shit. I gotta say. From anything from bunny hops to kick flips.